So that I'm gonna start the episode off with Zelmir and Swanee popping up at this Mutney's home in the middle of the night, and everybody seems like they're settled in for bed. So I'm assuming it's the middle of the night. Zelmir and Bree seem awkward because they hugged each other and was happy. Oh, hey, I'm so glad to see you. And then when Thurman said, "Well, come on in, let's get something, some coffee and something to eat," and Delbert is like, "Y'all can't stay here. No, baby, y'all can't stay here." And sometimes, even with family, you have to, you got to stop them at the door like you do strangers. You just know they on some shady shit, and, your house is your sanctuary. You got to protect your home. Then we have at the writer in the corner, peeping down the steps. And this is what kids do, and I can assume especially back then because parents can be so secretive, and especially back then. Like, during these times, you have a lot of parents that will talk over and around their children. And, it's just, you do as I say. If I say, kids are to be seen, not heard back then. That's how the average, black family ruled their household. But doing so, you think that your kids are dumb and they're not. They're seeing everything. Even kids as young as, 2, 3. Kids can read your emotions and they know when you're sad. And, every kid wants their parents to be happy. And at the writer, she's older and then she's very, inquisitive and smart. And, she needs to know. She want to know. And so we see at the writer at every, corner, eavesdropping, getting the tea. Zelma spotted at the writer eavesdropping, and she at the writer breaks the ice. So they all hid in the kitchen. So we have the brow. I'm gonna get her name right. This is my first time ever hearing that name, so it's taking me a minute for it to click in my head. The brow. The brow. So we have Zelmir, Swanee. They is fucking that food up. They fresh up out of the pen. They hungry and they is digging in that grub, honey. So Zomi is like, yeah, you did good for yourself all these years I've been gone. The bro was like, oh no, you ain't getting no handout. No, we got prospects. This is what Swanee said. What kind of prospects? Arthritis say. Bank robbery. The bro done had enough. She like, okay, time to go to bed. So she sends Arthritis off to bed, and so the bro goes in about, y'all escaped. I know you escaped. You supposed to be locked up. So Zelmir cuts off like, yeah. I heard from this mall that go with one of those cannon boys that you in some type of hole with him. And we came to bail you out. You don't got nothing to say? So the bro was like, no, I don't need your help. We good. And we hear Thurman like, yeah, like, I knew we should have did this. I told you that. And we have at the writer eavesdropping as usual, doing what kids do. The kids know. Kids are in the know this, parents. Okay, so back at the hospital that refused Donatello treatment, we have Dr. Harvard who's seeing his patient off in her car. And you hear the patient say, just promise me no Jews. Honey, the mob, the fighter mob come creeping around that corner and get the busting. I thought Dr. Harvey was dead. I'm sorry, Dr. Harvard was dead, but he wasn't. The lady was. The Jew hating white lady was. How sad. So I'm gonna just finish this up with Dr. Harvey. So we see that a detective come over. A detective. This dude has a compulsive disorder. Dr. Harvard is sucking them cigarettes down. I mean, he is chain smoking, honey. His his blood pressure is through the roof. Look at the ignorance of 1950, like in smoking. I mean, and they was chain smokers back then, and they didn't know the effects of nicotine. And I know his heart was about to bust wide open, and like he said, he's going to have a stroke because smoking cigarettes adds to you getting ready to go in stroke mode. Just so you know, if you didn't know. Dr. Harvey asked the detective. He said, "If I have a stroke, you'll charge them with my murder, right?" Who? Charge who? The henchman. The detective said, you're not making sense. Just sitting there scribbling some shit on a piece of paper, a shitty drawing that he's not listening to none of the description." That's when I knew that this cop is it's a crooked cop. So he tells Dr. Harvard, I'm gonna get his description to the sketch artist, and we'll get back to you with it on that. By the way, it would help if you knew at least the description of the person. And Dr. Harvard is so shooken up, he didn't really get to see the person's face. He just know that he was threatened by the Italians, and they came to make due on their promise. So the detective, he leaves out, and when he was doing that knocking and grunting, and Dr. Harvey was like, "What is he, retarded?" Y'all, I lost it. I started screaming. That part was so hilarious to me. At a neighboring funeral home, we have Ethelrida picking up some supplies for her parents' funeral home, and Ethelrida is being nosy, doing what she do, brown nosing in Donatello funeral, and she's just looking at the funeral goers, and I don't know why Gitano looked at Ethelrida like that. I think that's going to come later on in the season, like they probably meet up again, because that look in the eye was something deep, I think, when they made that eye connection. And I just think so. I think that's going to come back later on down the season. So in comes Orietta Mayflower. She startles at the writer, who's brown nosing, doing what she doing at the funeral. And Orietta like, aren't you the lucky penny always showing up? And Ethelrida said, a bad penny is always showing up. I think Orietta doesn't realize how intelligent and inquisitive Ethelrida is, and I think it's going to come back to bite Orietta in the tail for some reason. And I like the fact, from what I'm getting out of, Ethelrida doesn't seem like she's very naive, and she seems like she sees Orietta she sees her as being crazy. Like, this lady is not all the way right, but we'll see. Anywho, Orietta shows up to her victim's Donatello funeral. She killed him. Yes, she murdered him. She runs into Jasto, and Jasto act like he didn't ask her to kill his own father. So she like I'm Orietta Mayflower for Balamus. I was with your father until he passed and he went like a baby. Josto said, don't do that. Don't do that. he ain't had time for that today. He outside he had his grieving mother, where she wanted to know where is her husband ring. He had Gaetano there, and Gaetano is trying to strong arm him and to take it. It seems like he's trying to take over the business, tell him how to run his business after he just fresh up off the train. Trying to tell Jasto how to do his job, how to run the business. Jasto is looking like he got a plan to get Gaetano up out of here. Not a plan, but he just looking at like this not gonna work. Okay, next we have Lloyd, and Lloyd is dropping off Zero to the family home. And I was like, Zero didn't get to go to his own father's funeral. Like, what's up with that? But anywho, we see Lloyd taking Zero up to his family home, and he pulls him to the side. He said, "Look, I'm not your father, but it's my job to protect you. Those people in there are your family, but do they love and respect you?" So he tells Zero, "Look, this is how you know if they love it and respect you. How you know is they're going to get down on your level and they're going to look you in the eye. That's how you're going to know." I thought that was some good man-to-boy advice to give him. So Gaetano, he pulls up on Zero and Lloyd. And Lloyd like, ho, you back up. Back up before I have to pop you one. Now me, when I heard pop you one, I thought he meant that he was going to pull out his gun and shoot him. But I guess with 1950 lingo, that was, these hands. So, Gaetano about to flex, and here comes Jasto, like, Jasto telling Gaetano to chill. I can tell this motherfucker is going to be some trouble. Like he's goofy and ignorant. This goofy and ignorant, and they don't work out well. Lloyd tells Jasto that yeah, we need to talk. Some stuff has changed, and Jasto with his arrogance is like what would do? We don't need to talk. Nothing's changed. Everything is the same. And just turn his back on him and walk back on Lloyd and walk back in the house. Lloyd and Satchel get to spend some time together, and Rabbi, the Irish kid who turned on his family for the fathers and who's still rolling with them as an adult, he's taking care of Satchel, who mainly eats peanut butter. Lloyd tells Rabbi to tell Jasto that they need to talk. Look, go in there and tell him we need to talk, like I said. So we'll see how that turn out. Off we go to the Cannon Limited mob, their place of business, and it looks like he's definitely a numbers runner, and I think that was like a chop shop situation. It didn't look like a car shop. It just is more so looked like they was breaking down the pieces of a car. It's like chopping them up. Dr. Senator and Lloyd is talking about the credit card idea, and no one's taking it. Dr. Senator said no one's biting the idea, and so Lloyd made a point. He said, so just say we keep it for ourselves in our neighborhood for our people. What the hell them white people gonna do when we start painting the streets with gold? And that's exactly what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In the early 1920s, Tulsa, Oklahoma was a booming place for black businesses. White businesses wouldn't let us come in and use their establishments and things, so we had to make a way for ourselves. And they were the Black Wall Street of the time, and white people seen that and they didn't like it and they burned it to the ground. Dr. Senator was like, when Lloyd was saying, well, we need these diners, we need the restaurants, we need the shops and their department stores, we need their business. So Dr. Senator looked and said, I went down to Macy's and it's funny. I can't even try on, an outfit up there. He didn't say Macy's, but I forgot the name of the store. And he's right. Like, us as black people, that's all we always want to cater to white American business and their echelon of people, but we're not even accepted in their world during this time. Lloyd tells Dr. Senator that before Donatello passed away, that he gave him jurisdiction over the slaughterhouse, I think it was. And he's telling Dr. Senator, like, yeah, that's what he gave me. Now, I don't know if Dr. Senator was on point, like, okay, I'm with you if that's what you say, he said, or he truly think that Lloyd was telling the truth. Because I cannot remember Donatello telling him that can be, that they can take control over the slaughterhouse. Dr. Senator is like, okay, cool. Like, well, I'm gonna take this crew and we gonna go collect our shit, our property, our business. But you need to think about how deep you want to get into this, because if we do this is going to be war. So that's what confirms to me that Dr. Senator know that Donatello didn't, give Lloyd the business. But he's telling him, like, we're in the groove and we about to be legit. So you really don't need to get in this deep. So you need to think about this. Okay, now we're going to go over to the slaughterhouse. The cannon crew comes in, guns are blazing. They're smashing people's hands in, killing the slaughter. Send the fighter crew running home to daddy. Here comes in Gaetano and the rest of the mob. Gaetano is like, what the fuck is this? Because in the land of taking and killing, I'm king. He is so ready to take one of them out, he can taste it. Ebal already told Gaetano to chill. No time for murder, kill. This is business. The Fada family is trying to become legit, and they have to be careful how they move. These are the instructions from the mob organization. Dr. Senna tells Gaetano, like, yeah, your father made the deal, and now the devil has came to collect, and we need our shit. Calamina says that sounds like Muliana bullshit to him. So now Dr. Senator is like, hold up, am I talking to you or I'm talking to him? Gaetano is like, me, man. Dr. Senator tells him, look, your father made a deal. A deal is a deal. If you can't make good with your deal, with your word, then it's a problem. Gaetano was like, yeah, it sounds good, all these words you're talking, but, give me some time. Let me go talk this over with the family. And if this is what you say it is, cool. But if it's not, he done clocked Happy's cousin down and told him, basically, if it's not that, then we got a motherfucking problem. Dr. Senator advised Easy cousin to take it easy. Happy's cousin up there asking for a promotion, but he couldn't even see that coming. He needs to really rethink that. Anyhow, Dr. Senator says, okay, we'll calm down, we'll lay back, but we'll be back. See, the thing is, y'all got here yesterday. We've been here. This is ours. We are like the wind in the dirt. We come from this land. And I told you that was the limited connection mentality. They are not letting anyone fresh up off the boat come and get ahead before they do. Okay, now we're off the Orietta. Orietta gets caught administrating meds that wasn't ordered by the doctor. And they were harmful drugs, and she's confronted by her supervisor, which she manipulated the situation and turned it around like it was the doctor's handwriting that confused her, and how they are trying to make her take the fall for it. She ends up with a nice reference in severance pay, and off they send her. She's fired. So she gets off the bus, supposed to be going home, but she stopped over because you see at the writer, and they're conversing in French, and here comes Orietta with her fucking insults, talking about at the writer school teaching her French. What the hell is Orietta beef with at the writer? Like, is it jealousy or hate? I could see the dark angel obsession she have, because most dark angels feel like, they're doing the work of the Lord. Like, if their patient is suffering, that they're helping. So I can kind of see that, but I don't see her. She just, to me, it just look like she don't like at the writer. Like, this girl was smart and intelligent, and her future is ahead of her, and Orietta doesn't like that. That's just my opinion. Y'all tell me what y'all think. She asked at the writer would she like to earn money by cleaning her house. Girl, what the fuck? Why would she want to clean your house? So at the writer asks, do I look like the help to you? Orietta says, I'm convinced. Orietta try to convince at the writer that I have records over there and postcards and French music, and she tells her, I'm going to make you my special project. So at the writer's like, girl, what's that? Whatever. So Orietta says, do you like pie? Everyone likes pie. I'm going to make you a pie. I'll be back. So, there she go. Why is Orietta limping? I don't know. Down them steps like that. I don't know. She's too young to be limping, but she's goofy as hell. But Aunt Zelmir is peeping everything. I like Aunt Zelmir is my favorite character. I would like to see more of her character. I don't know if I said this in my last review, but they said that Macy Gray was supposed to play Zelmir. And as soon as I seen Zelmir, I said Macy Gray could have, before I heard it, I said Macy Gray could have played this part. And when I heard that, I said yes. I could see Macy Gray playing that part, but the lady that's playing it is killing it. I like her. I'm loving her in this. And yeah, and she's my favorite character because I believe Zelmir is going to come back after Orietta. She is on Orietta. But Zelmir peeping out the window, she said, that is one weird white lady. So Orietta is back at her apartment preparing a death pie containing bitten off piece of apple blood and large amounts of apesket. I think that's how you say it. Okay, she drops the Thanksgiving death pie off at the steps, and she goes back home. I hope that pet don't kill at the writer. Next, we see a raid about to go down and interrupt Thanksgiving dinner and that death pie that Orietta left out. So that's where the story ends. We see, the U.S. Marshal coming in, about to do the takeover. So we'll see. And what did you guys think of Satchel in the attic eating peanut butter and jelly for Thanksgiving meal? Like, my heart broke. Did y'all's? Y'all tell me what y'all think about the episode, about my review. And if you like me, stay with me. Comment. Let's talk about some things.